My name is Dalani Kanutari. My student ID number is 71 2019 125. When I heard the bad news, my reaction was so sad, disappointed, and I felt definitely so down. I'm a person who cannot easily accept the situation. So, when I heard about the bad news, I often lost in sadness. Despite from this thing, I'm so grateful because I never leave God. Things like when I saw my family who left God in their crisis, and it just so bad at the end. It realized me that life is according to God's plan. I believe that joy and sorrow is always become the part of this life. Therefore, I always have hope in God. When I was so down, I will try to motivate myself to keep up the spirit and not drown in sadness. I believe that God will always be with me and He never will leave me. Even we felt so sad.
Is Ekel Primas Bayang. My student number 71 2019 127. When I heard the bad news, my first reaction was sad. I would be so panicked and worried. I worried that the bad news might ruin my futures and happiness. I also worried that I might not get through the crisis of the bad news. When I was in a crisis, I often forget about God, forget to pray, and almost about everything. It was because of my exercise concern, but I didn't know why I was able to get through this crisis. I think God has His own way to help me through a crisis. God is good. He looked for me, so I forgot about Him sometimes.
My name is Elsa Cornelia Kosaprawan. My student number is 71 2019 113. When I heard bad news, I felt so scared and hopeless. But I know that throughout the problems that I get, Jesus always with me, and His protection is on me. There's an important reason behind it all, and throughout that situation that we experience, there's always a rainbow after storms, which means God is always there for us.
Hello, my name is Gracia Unica Mongkol and my student ID is 71 2019 131. So, every time I heard the bad news, I'd be so sad and down. Well, sometimes there's the bad news that knocked me down to the ground. And also, I'm not that kind of person who'd be so brave to face a bad news or being in a crisis or hard time. And at first, it shocked me and it makes me felt so blue, and then I felt so down in the dumps. I'm so ashamed of myself because I ain't remember God like immediately, and it took time for me to realize that in my hard times, God is there for me. I realize it by the people around me. They remind me about things, and that is how I see God works in an unexpected way during my hard times face the bad news. And not only that, I ever felt Him sit in some kind of like silence when I was so down, and I've been doing like contemplation or something like that. And I contemplate about the things that scared me. So that's when I know that God is there for me.